Welcome back to Game 2 from my adventures in Singapore. It's been a little time since Game 1 went up when I played the lovely Paige Neo of Newbie Dice. But that's because I've been off gallivanting again. More about that later. But this was Game 2. I'm very lucky to be in Singapore on holiday with my family and popped in to see the Kings of War Gamers and had a fabulous time. At Hammer House, this is the stairs up to Hammer House on Temple Street in the centre of Singapore. I highly recommend popping in, saying hi to the guys if you're there. So, this was in the middle of my game too, and I commanded, I asked people to ridicule Paige for a picture. Anyway, the reason I'm showing you this picture is because this here is James. This is the person I played. Very nice chap, but I didn't take a photograph with him, which I feel bad about. But maybe I'll cut this one out and make it the cover image. I'm sure he'd love that. Anyway, super guy. I think he works on local law enforcement or something like that. Anyway, so very nice man. So this was the list I was playing, not my list. It belonged to the owner of the store, lovely man. And so I just took his army and played it because why not? So it has 2 regiments of zombies, as you can see. It's a very, very MSU, multiple small units undead list. 2 regiments of zombies, 2 regiments of revenants. I prefer a horde, but he made a strong argument for a -17 defense 5 regiment. I grant you. I'm thinking about my Twilight Kin. -17 is a horde. This is actually outrageous. 2 troops of mummies, clocking at -14. 2 hordes of zombie trolls. I do like a zombie troll. Can't say no to that. 3 regiments of whites. Regiments of whites is the new hotness. Undead players. 9 attacks, flying, shambling, -14 units. Very good. Defense 5. Speed 7. This is a good undead list. It's a noble undead list because it features the marvellous Jarvis. Jarvis is a cool caster. He has an extra, I think, 3 inches or 6 inches on all of his spells, which are Bane Chant, Heal, Lightning Bolt, and Surge. He's a beast, and the whole army is good because of him. There is a Lich King, who has the Crown of the Wizard King, giving him, or it, another 3 inches on its spells, which are Heal and Surge. So that's a very nice little another caster, bringing the Surge up to 18. There's a Necromancer, with just comes with Drain Life, and the Vicious Aura, which is very much intended to focus on those zombie trolls. And double Vampire on Undead Pegasus. One has a Staying Stone, one has the Chalice of Wrath. That's not important, because I'm fairly certain I don't remember. But they are nasty little mini dragons. So that's 2,300 points, 16 units, 26 unit strength. So James's lovely Abyssal list. And I say lovely, it's not. It's horrible. So it's kind of an interesting list. It's very focused around heroes. It's actually all based on Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures. I think they're MCP miniatures, but they're all like Thor. They're Asgardians. So all the heroes are Asgardians, and he has a guide to them, which I'll show you in a minute. But anyway, he has 2 regiments of Abyssal Guard, both of which have the 2-handed weapon. And they rally lesser abyssals, which includes themselves, and the 3 regiments of lower abyssals that he has there, the newly downgraded lower abyssals. A regiment of Succubi, who is given Succubi Lurker, which gives them Pathfinder and Stealthy, I think, and a Brew of Strength. So now they're very nasty. Only crush 1, but that wild charge is pretty tasty. 20 attacks, 1 troop of gargoyles, and a horde of tortured souls. Not a regiment, a horde. You don't see that very much. And then the hero star, and boy. So, there's 2 Abyssal Champions, both of which have wings, both of which have Lightning Bolt, and one has Fire Oil. I think these are mega overpriced. Like, that's a lot of points. That's as much as a horde of tortured souls for a 5 Lightning Bolt caster, practically. There's an Efreet with Boots of Levitation, so you can move at double and cast Fireball 15. Double Seductress, so one comes with the obligatory Gnomegar shield, and then Knowledgeable and Host Shadow Beast. That makes that one expensive, 170, but still way better than Abyssal Champion, especially given its defense 6 for 1 attack. Host Shadow Beast is very tasty on that. The other one's got Edge Periscope and Hex, so it can cast over the heads of its own troops, and it's just kind of a puncher. Apart from that, we have Zazuzu the Betrayer. I've not seen any Abyssal list recently that doesn't have Zazuzu the Betrayer in it, because he's just great. His Lightning Bolt goes up a number of, and he gives the damage to something to his fellow things. I can't remember. Anyway, he's got a boostable lightning bolt. Usually ends up about 90 volt 7. Speaking of which, there's manifestation of Bael, who has lightning bolt 7. Along with all the rules, because he's a very expensive mini dragon. He has the From the Pit I Curse Thee ability, which removes your ability to fly, makes you disordered for a turn within 12 inches, which he uses. The first time I've ever seen it used. Anyway, 15 units, 24 unit strength, 2300 points. These are the heroes. You'll see them on the board, but I thought it was quite cute. There's some stats that are wrong, but Azusa isn't speed 6. Well, maybe he is speed 6. I can't remember. There was a stat that was wrong anyway. But the lightning casting kind of Asgardian Thor ones are the Abyssal champions because they cast lightning, right? The one that doesn't have lightning is the Ifrit. The Seductress is Loki. Sure. The other Seductress is, I don't know, is that another Loki? Not sure. And you've got this demon guy who has Azusa and the great big demon for manifestation of Bear. Okay, so because it is confusing with this many heroes, I thought it was quite a cute sheet to provide. So this is our terrain. And you can see we're playing Rack and Ruin. I'll talk about that in a minute. So it's the same terrain as last game if you were watching that, but that's because we played on the same table. So we have 2 height 9 pieces of blocking terrain, 2 height 9 forests, height flat, rough terrain, height flat or height 0, whatever you're supposed to call it. Now I should find out about that. Oh, 3. There was 3 pieces of rough terrain. Hot diggity dog. That's because there was only 1 hill. Or maybe this is a hill. It doesn't matter. It doesn't come up. And then a wall, and then a wall. Right? There we go. We're playing Rack and Ruin. Why are we playing Rack and Ruin? Because I wrote that scenario. So please post your unkind comments below this video about how you hate it, as people so often do. Rack and Ruin, there are 2 dominate type circles here and here. These are quite cool, aren't they? These transparent bases. You can see the 6-inch radius. Or is it 12-inch radius? No, it's 12-inch radius. I should know. I read this. I can't remember. It's a 12-inch radius. And then from turn 3 onwards, you can score a point for each of those circles you control for turn 3, 4, and 5. And then on turn 6, there is an objective in the center, which is normal objective, right? Boom! Well, let's go. So we deploy like this. So I believe I win sides, and of course I choose this one because we've got this building here, which makes this circle very attractive to me. So naturally, James heavily deploys opposite the other one because really he wants focus. He's got some stuff here. I think he put too much there, personally, because I realised I don't need a lot to control this, and I've got a lot of stuff. Right, so this is one of the champions. This is one of the seductresses. This, I'm going to say, good. Yeah, this is the manifestation of Baal. So a nasty power trio to come down behind this building here. He's got, what are they called? Lower Abyssal, Lower Abyssal, Lower Abyssal, Lower Abyssal, Abyssal Guard, Abyssal Guard. Right, those are the balls is Abyssal Guard. These are the Brewer's Strength, whatever they're called. Seductresses? Succubi. Then we have the manifestation of Baal, the other champion. That's going to be the other seductress. Handy guide coming up. Oh, that's the one with Hex. Hex seductress here. There's the Horde of Tortured Souls, and there is Gargoyles right at the back. Okay, so this plan quite clearly is to throw stuff into this circle, hold it off, and swing. Right, ignore this one. I decided I was going to go for both of them because I'm greedy as hell. So I have got zombies and zombies here. Right, this one's in the woods, not going far, but this is nicely positioned to zoom up. Right, behind them we've got revenants. We've got whites and whites. This is Jarvis. This is the Lich King. So I've got some surge. Right, so all my surge is over here because I want to move up and just surge rubbish in, surge zombies in to take up this space. And I've got 2 hordes of zombie trolls here. I mean, there is no chance for him to get this, basically. He's got his tortured souls, which are kind of quick. But basically, zombie trolls are going to eat those for breakfast. And there's a nice big hill in the centre. So I can get these guys up here. I've got a mummy troop here and a mummy troop here. I can leave either a mummy troop or a zombie regiment just to hold this circle forever. And then swing up onto the hill for some nasty charges, right? Got a vampire here. There's a vampire down there as well. So 1 vampire against these is not good. So I need to think about how I'm going to cope with that. Possibly bring these whites round. Anyway, we crack on and I win. Do I win turn 1? I think he gives me turn 1 if if I recall correctly. So I decide that I'm just going to ignore these guys. Screw you. I'm undead. I can surge, right? So the vampire comes up this way. Everything else moves forward as planned. Just a general move forward. Both vampires hiding against buildings, looking inwards. Yeah, that's that. And then, so for James's turn, so he zoomed his Gnome Glass Shield lady down this flank. That's what Gnome Glass Shield people do. They're annoying as hell. But he's taken the other champion and not Basusu, Bael here to join in the lightning bolt battery. I think it would have been better to come to join the Seductress around this flank. It's very hard. It's easy. Sorry, it's relatively easy to defend against one attacker. 3 separate speed 10 flying attackers, nearly impossible to defend your rear against. If he'd have stuck to his guns and brought them round, I'd have been in a little bit more sticky position. But as it was, he's really focused down on this tiny arc here, which I can control because I've got more frontage. But then he unleashes the door. The lightning bolts of doom. They all go on this mummy troop. So that is Zazuzu. That's Hex, so it doesn't matter. I don't think he can see anyone to Hex. Bael and the champion. Where's the other champion? Maybe that was the champion. I've said it was okay. They're bloody confusing, aren't they? Who knows what it was? Anyway, 7 wounds. It looks like 17. It's not. It's 7 wounds onto those mummies and into my turn 2. So here's how the board looking. I'm relative. This was my surge, whether I surged these zombie trolls rather than anything else. And I didn't need to. They're in a pond. They're slower than I've got to turn 3, right? So I just surged my zombie trolls up onto a hill, so I can see. Right, and take the charge. So because I've surged quite far, I can actually... He's offered me these lower abyssals. I looked at Tortured Souls and Abyssal Guard. I thought, alright, I'll have it. I'll have it because it lets me put these mummies onto this circle and then they just can stay there for the rest of the game and it's just 3 free points, right? I've got a good chance of popping these lower abyssals. I might take some counter charges, but I've got more zombie trolls, followed by revenants. So I'm pretty confident about this side, to be honest. Over here, we just, put zombies in a circle. There you go, crack on. I've moved, as I said, I've moved my whites over here to defend against this Gnome Glass lady. I think I might have done a wound by the look of it, which would be very mean, given it's Gnome Glass Shield. And I've offered her a zombie flank if you want it. My vampire is feeling fine. I think I had some vague intention to come around here. It's not really wise because the champion can come and punch me. And that's 10 wounds onto those lower abyssals. Do they die? Who knows? That's a wound on her and a wound on her. And then 4 wounds onto... Why? Oh, they regened. Gross. They regen 6 of those 4 wounds. Outrageous. And then they... Whoa, no, that's his Chalice of Wrath. Is that a waiver? Can't see how many wounds. But they countercharge. So both the Seductress and the low abyssals countercharge the vampire. Probably an okay move because they don't want him flying around the back. So locking him down is good. But I don't think he dies. Over here, he looks at my zombies and goes, alright, I'm going to charge you. Crack on. And does. Some lightning bolts have gone on my vampire. He took a wound. And it's like 3 wounds on these zombies. And it looks like 1 wound on these zombies, which is rubbish. But then, melee 5 on melee 5. Right? It's just slapfest. So the... What is that? That's the Seductress, the Gnome Glass Shield. Takes on my whites. 5 wounds is okay. With Host Shadow Beast and her native attacks, I guess. But I'm not sure she's going to win that fight. He says, take a nourishing sip. What do Tortured Souls do? What did they do? They just kind of zoomed up. They're just there. Hey, here they are. Hi. They're looking at my stuff. Well, they're having a lovely time. So, they've got whites looking at them into my turn 3. Oh, I've been poor at taking pictures. The Tortured Souls aren't there anymore. Why is that, you ask yourself? Well, because he missed a flank. So, if we've got a nice wide turn here, the Tortured Souls ended up here, I think like this. My trolls are over there. So I believe I moved my trolls over and surged them in. Or I might have just charged, even. Has to be the move and surge by the look of it. I think... Oh, he's touching the hill. Is that what I'm showing? I'm showing that he's touching the hill, so it was a straight charge. We take the straight charge, and we blow them into tiny tortured soul pieces. 4 wounds on these lower abyssals and 2 on these lower abyssals. Zombies are not good in combat. Doesn't really matter though, because hello, some friends are coming to play. 5 wounds back on that seductress. She's okay. Yes, we've already shown that. And over here, so my vampire, what does he do? Back up, I guess? Unless he died. I don't think he died. It looks like he might have backed up to here. And then my whites have come in. And the zombie trolls have finished off the lower abyssals. We're now up to 7 wounds, so this is now into James's turn 3. Apologies, I didn't take a turn of the dice. I didn't take a photo of the dice. But his seductress counter-punched this kind of slap fight at the back. Up to 7 wounds, still okay. Those zombies did, however, die. And then in bizarre move of the match, he turns his lower abyssals away from the revenants, very clearly facing their flank. I'm not sure if that's just because he was tired or made a mistake, or whether he didn't care. But yeah, he's offered me a free flank, which I am going to take. 2 wounds, so these lower abyssals rubbish at combat. They carried on. And you can see over on this side, so Bael, I think this is Bael, and one of the champions comes into these whites to try and block them off. The gargoyles come into the trolls and do a whole wound. Go gargoyles! Well done, you. And then this is the... Wow, this is really confusing. Must be the Abyssal Champions. It's the Abyssal Champions. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. They're not champions. What are they called? So I think on my turn, I've killed this hero with these whites and turned them this way for reasons. And these are the Abyssal Guard coming into my trolls and doing 5 wounds. That's what happened. However, the whites regiment. Oh, it was actually 2 champions, or like a seduction champion and Bael, who decided to... Is that Bael? Yes. Who decided to eat my white regiment. It's mean. Oh, and a rear charge. So really, it was 3 heroes and Bael. I don't think you needed that many, but there you go. 12 wounds. My white lord... Look, my witch... What's he called? Lich King. So shocked he's fallen over. Anyway. And that... Bloody hell, this is hard to work out, isn't it? I think I'm my vampire lightninged off by somebody. Into turn 4. Right, God, thank God for that. Oh no, that's the score. It's 1 each. There you go, that's the score. It's 1 each. Like at last, a wide shot, you incompetent YouTube jockey. So here you can see my vampire decided to just sod off over here for reasons. Why have I done that? I think I'm trying to... Not really sure. So we're here with the zombies, which then die. He's then turned this way, and I've flown off. Not sure. I'm not sure what was behind that move. Clearly I've done it, but yeah, answers on a postcard. What was I thinking? All this stuff is coming this way. Yeah, this is Bael because there is Zazuzu who's coming up for some last ditch reinforcements over here. However, my whites are very much holding off this seductress. Very happy about that. We're about to get flanked here to take the circle. He has got 3 heroes here and some zombie trolls held up against gargoyles. But once those gargoyles die, the zombie trolls will be able to turn like this and block line of sight from these guys all the way across here, which is fairly satisfying. And we've still got our mummies holding this circle over here. This is now turn 4. So into turn 4. And we take our revenants and our zombie trolls into these Abyssal Guard. I take the whites who are facing this way up onto the hill, as you can see, to face kind of the nasty heroes. I bring my Vampire and Pegasus, still slightly wounded on 3 wounds, up on here. I do just leave 1 troop in charge of this circle, but I don't think Bale can get over here. And even if he does, it's still only a draw, right? And then it's charge and charge and charge, and I bring my Vampire around here. Which maybe that was the idea. Seems like a good idea now you see it. Oh yeah, no, that's a great idea. Well done, me. And in fact, none of the heroes can see him, so let's just call me a Master Tactician and move on with it. Alrighty. Smashy time. There's my Necromancers and Lich King. Sorry, that's Jarvis and Lich King. So the reason why we're here, it's a forest, we're hiding from all these scary guys. Right, so we're over here to do probably some Bane chanting or something like that. It's a heal, that's what it is. So we heal the whites down to 1 wound, which must be very, very frustrating for that Seductress. Is that 1 wound? That seems unlikely. Maybe it already had 1 wound. Am I just showing? Well, that's 8 wounds from a flank? Really? That seems low. 5 wounds from those zombies who are still pummeling away at those lower abyssals. Yeah, we blow those into tiny shreds, but that's not, unforeseen. I suppose this side's feeling quite secure now. Into James's turn 4. So he countercharges. He's run as many heroes as possible over here to try and waver at a minimum this vampire. He's bringing all the hammers he can bring. So his Abyssal Guard coming here with a champion into my zombie trolls here. He's taken Baal out the side and Zazuza out the side. I think they were joining the Lightning Bolt Brigade and his. Oh, finally! Wonder where they were. The not Seductresses. Oh, what they're called, Succubi. Into my other trolls, they finally get to go. Ah, there you go. There's Baal here. That's where he is. It's a proxy base. Yeah, 7 wounds, and yeah, he does successfully waver my vampire. How frustrating is that for me? 7 wounds there. Still okay. Defense 5 is good. Tell your friends. Regen's a pain, isn't it? Look at that. Down to 6 wounds. These zombies, though, are living the dream. 7 wounds. Still okay. And yeah, that's a kicker, isn't it? So the Seductress and Baal into my zombie trolls. That's 12. 16 wounds and a double 1. Nice picture of James's face. There you go. I said, look annoyed. He made that. He was the most lovely man to play. I've never met anyone so enthusiastic. Like, okay, let's go all the time. It was really fun. What a great guy to play. So that's really. I mean, he was on difficult footing anyway. That has properly shafted him. So we wavered here, so that's bad. The Seductress is finally dead. That's good. This fight isn't going to go much longer. This fight doesn't really matter. Zombie trolls are about to eat here. Zombie trolls are about to eat here. And I've still got Revenants and Whites left. And a Vampire. Woof. So when we go. So we take on this champion here. With our Whites. Couldn't really do much else. Countercharge. This guy's just going to stay there and say, go on, you have to shoot me. The Vampire, who can see over the top of these trolls, came off the hill into the flank of these lower abyssals. Puts him in a nice place. Yeah, this was nasty. I mean, it was really nasty, and I felt bad. So, whoops, I can't quite show you, but the front of the zombies, trolls, comes down here. So Baal is here. Right, his edge is just sticking out. So my Whites basically turned and stopped an inch away, and we're going to surge into their flank. Into his flank. Which is an illegal surge. Look at that. Oh no, it's not illegal because yeah. So it is the facing which you make contact with first. So the fact that they're in the front doesn't make a difference because I hit the facing. If I was at an angle, it would matter. Rules! They're fun. Off we go. Oh wow, do I not show what happened? Maybe I do. In a minute. So Baal dies. Wah wah. 9 wounds on these Succubi. They're still okay. 11 wounds on these Abyssal Guards. Still okay. We do kill these lower Abyssals. Here we go. Here's the wide shot. This guy's still wavered. This guy's okay. He's counter-charging now. He's taken 4 wounds off of my whites, which is good. They were hindered, so, you know. Only another 2 wounds here, which is a rubbish turn of combat, but we do kill the other lower Abyssal, so it doesn't really matter. Still okay. Still okay. I've still got a huge amount of wounds. So, yeah, a turn of bad dice, it's fair to say. I probably deserved it, frankly, for my insouciance. So this vampire gets heroed. He gets championed in the back and front, which is fair enough. Everything else I think is a counter charge. Yeah, some lightning bolts gets rid of him. He's gone. That's 4 wounds on my vampire. He's okay. 10 wounds on those zombie trolls. They're okay, but the other zombie trolls, of course, cark it, as they should have done several turns ago. Single wound there from that champion, who is not terribly enthusiastic about his role. It's now 3-2 to me, because I do control this circle. I have 3 unit strength. I think lower abyssals are 2. So, nasty. So, yeah, this is my turn 5, I want to say. Yeah. No, 6. Wow, it's turn 6 for me. So, turn 6, circles don't matter anymore. All that matters is this objective. And as you can see, I'm in a very, very good position here. So I've got unit strength 1. Woo. 1. There's unit strength 3. I can probably link this in if I need to. These guys probably can't. But there's not a lot he can do about it. As we crack into turn 6. So we counter charge these lovely lower Abyssal Guard. The whites go into the seductresses because all we need to do is keep them away. Succubine. And it's my turn. So zombies in the flank, revenants in the front. We get them up to 11 plus 3, 12 wounds. Which is rubbish still. And I double one it anyway, so whatever. Counter charge to that champion. 3 wounds, doesn't matter. What were the trolls charging? Oh, yeah, Abyssal Guard, die. And the seductresses die. So at this point, it is looking a little bit desperate for my fine Singaporean friend here, because the only unit he has with unit strength is Zazuzu and these guys, who are on 12 wounds and double locked in combat. I have like so many units, so yeah, it's pretty much the end of the game. But what a lovely game it was. As we crack in his turn, see if that was it. So yeah, really, really fun. Really enjoyed the game against James. He kind of said, to be honest, that he thinks the list doesn't work. I'm like, oh. He says, but it looks scary to new players. I'm like, yeah, it kind of does. There's a lot of lightning bolt in there, a lot of fireball. What happened to his Ifrit? Oh, was that his Ifrit over there? Fireballing the smeg out of me. Yeah, it was. So the Thor figure up here, that's the Ifrit. That's why wavering me all over the shop. Poor storytelling as usual for me, but anyway, I really, really enjoyed my time in Singapore. Such nice people. There will be a couple of them at Clash of Kings UK this year. So if you're coming to Clash of Kings, you will run into some Singaporean friends, including the wildly famous internet hero, Paige Neo. Anyway, that's it for now. I have been off to that there America, playing at the Orktown GT. I'm not like constantly jetting all over the world playing Kings of War, by the way. It's just a coincidence that this year happened to be like this. But I did go to Orktown with my friend Rich and had the most incredible time. So there is 5 games coming soon from Orktown. Plus, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to Northern Kings, where there'll be another 5 games. So God knows how I'm going to get all this content out. Anyway, I'll take pictures and we'll just work through it together. How's that? At some point, I need to make some other videos too. And there's not enough time in the world. I've got to finish my display board for Northern Kings and organise the world's biggest tournament. Oh, life's so hard. Right, that's it for now. See you next time on Death by Dragons.